When we think of domestic abuse, women often come to mind as victims. But today, the victim here is a man, and sadly, he will never get to tell his story himself.
This is a terrible, terrible story of how a wife, Udeme, killed her husband, Sanforosa, and afterwards she proceeded to cut off his genitals and then dissect his abdomen to bring out his bowels. On the day of the incident, around 1 a.m., Sanforosa's sister Anwuli called Sanforosa's friend and neighbor known as Stanley to please go up and check up on her brother Sanforosa and his wife. So Stanley got up, went to knock on the gate, called out their names, but nobody answered, so he returned back to his house. Anwuli, Sanforosa's sister, called Stanley to find out what he was able to find out when he went to visit Sanforosa, but Stanley was like, nobody answered, so he went back home. Anwuli then proceeded to beg him that she believes that it's a life or death situation, that he needs to go back to check up on her brother and his wife. So Stanley got up, left his house, went to Sanforosa's house, but this time he first of all proceeded to solicit the help of the estate gatemen, because according to Anwuli, Sanforosa's sister, this was a life or death issue. She seemed alarmed. She even told him that she was also on her way to Sanforosa's house, but since Stanley was close by, he should please check up on Sanforosa. So the gatemen proceeded to jump the fence of Mr. Sanforosa and his wife together with Stanley, and on getting to the front door, they badged them. There was no need calling out their names because they were no longer responding. So Stanley proceeded to go upstairs to check up on Sanforosa and his wife. On getting upstairs, he saw blood on the floor and on the walls. This was already becoming alarming, so he decided to follow the trail of this blood. It led first to the bedroom and then to the bedroom of Sanforosa and his wife, Udeme. On getting to the bedroom, Stanley was greeted with the gruesome, heartbreaking sight of Sanforosa and Udeme on the bed in the pool of their own blood. He couldn't even proceed further in. He just ran out of the room and then downstairs. But on getting downstairs, Anwuli, Sanforosa's sister, had already arrived at the house, and he tried to prevent her from going upstairs to see her brother, but she did not agree. She pushed her way through and then ran to her brother's room, only to see her brother in the pool of his own blood and his wife sleeping, lying down right next to him in the pool of her own blood. She rushed to his body, and then that was when she saw the bowel on his stomach. His abdomen was already very exposed, and then she now saw that his hand was clutching onto something, and she tried to separate the fingers of his hand to find out what he was holding, but it was just too stiff for her to get through. But then it was later discovered that it was clutching onto his genitals. While she was observing this scene, she then realized that his wife Udeme was still alive. So she quickly rushed downstairs and beckoned to Stanley and the gatemen to call the police and the ambulance, because Udeme, Sanforosa's wife, was still alive. And that was how they took her to the hospital and then treated her for her wounds. Now, on first sight, you would think that there was an intruder that came and did this to both Sanforosa and Udeme, because they were both injured, except that Anwuli, Sanforosa's sister, has a story to tell. According to Anwuli, she was woken up by the calls of her mother, who called her to complain and beg her that she should go and check up on her brother, because her brother had just called her to tell her that he is being beaten by his wife Udeme, and that Udeme has a knife with her. And that was why Anwuli had quickly jumped into her car and started driving to Sanforosa's house. But because she was too far away, she decided to call Stanley to please go up and check up on her brother Sanforosa, to try and prevent Udeme from hurting her brother. But it was too late. She was too late. Stanley was too late. Sanforosa at this point was already dead. Now, when Udeme was charged to court for murder and for mutilation of his dead body, Udeme pleaded not guilty. According to her, she and her husband were attacked by a stranger who ended up stabbing Sanforosa and then mutilating his dead body. And then she also said that he also attacked her as well. But then, the only problem with her story is that Anwuli, Sanforosa's sister, had already told them something completely different. She had accused Udeme of killing her brother because of the phone call that Sanforosa, her brother, had put across to her mother, telling her mother that he was being beaten by his wife and that his wife had a knife with her. That was one. And then number two, the doctor that treated Udeme had also been invited to the court to talk about her injuries. The doctor said that the injuries on Udeme's body seemed, in his own professional opinion, self-inflicted. Mutilating a dead corpse body carries 5 years imprisonment, and then murdering Sanforosa carries a death penalty. This is a very sad story. I don't know what happened between the both of them. Nobody has said any reason for the fight on that day. I mean, Udeme is even denying that there was even any fight, so it's most likely that we would never know what caused the injuries and the attack on that night. But one thing I would like to leave you all with is, if you are being maltreated by your spouse, whether you're a male or a female, because from this case you can clearly see that this man was going through domestic violence. So do not be ashamed if you're a man. Also, do not be ashamed if you're a woman. Seek help and leave that marriage. Yes, because if you die tomorrow, if that spouse kills you tomorrow, life will still go on. The spouse will still go on and marry somebody else. Do not stay in a marriage and endure domestic violence, whether you're a man or you're a woman. So as at this time of making this video, I do not know yet if Udeme has been pronounced guilty of this offense, but it's most likely that she's going to be pronounced guilty. I mean, why else was Amilu on the road at that time in the night, if not that her mother truly had called her to go up and check up on her brother? And her mother will not sit in her old age and lie, that her son said that his wife has a knife with her. So I think that there's overwhelming evidence against Udeme, and most likely she's going to be convicted of this crime. Like I said, 5 years imprisonment for mutilating his dead body and then death for killing him. It's a sad way to end one's life. So please stay away from domestic violence. And if you are a victim of domestic violence, do not be ashamed, run away. And if you are someone that maltreats your spouse, you should be ashamed of yourself. Yes, you should be ashamed of yourself and turn him away. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends and family so that they'll be aware of things that are happening in the society. And also, don't forget to click on that subscribe button if you like contents like this, and turn on the notification so that you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.